right, we have Ned's final recap today. Oh boy, get it. Ned! Good job, bud. Get it. Ned! Good job, sir. So this week we're really working on fine-tuning the skills that we've practiced over the last few weeks. We've added a few new things. But this week with the flying cookie game, our little recall exercise. Get it. Ned! Good. I'm tossing that cookie, I'm calling his name, and now instead of clicking as soon as he turns towards me, the new criteria is he not only turns, but he's coming to me, and he's getting in this nice sit in front of me. So the goal would be that when we call his name, or future user recall, his response, get it, is going to be to come and sit in front of us. Ned! Very good boy. Yeah. And like previous recall games, I'm tossing the cookie in different directions, and I can move myself. Get it. Ned! Good boy. Get it. Ned! Very good boy. Yeah, okay. After the recall game, we continued working on our position changes. So with the position changes this week, we're really focusing on the duration. So how long he wants to stay in that nice sit or that nice down. And we're also adding some movement. So trying to build a sit stay and a down stay. Now I will say his favorite position is a down. He loves kind of putting himself into this position even when we're working on our sits. So to troubleshoot that, I'm just going to make sure that I feed him in the position I asked for. Okay. Sit. Good boy. So we're clicking and feeding the initial behavior, waiting him out for that duration, and see, this is where he wants to get back into that down. Good boy. Okay. And then I'll release him. Ned, sit. Good boy. And then I'll start getting a few steps away. Very good boy. You gotta stay in that position, sir. Good boy. And easy, just 2 steps away to start, and then we could build further. Kind of pause once you've taken your 2-3 steps away. Okay. To again build that duration for how long you can be away. Sit. Good boy. Make sure I don't run in. Oops. So when he breaks that position, just cue it with an oops, get him back into position, but don't feed him. And then I'd maybe just take like 1.5 steps away. Good boy. Very nice. Good boy, sir. Okay. Down. Good boy. So with that, notice how I asked for that down. He didn't get into position right away. I didn't say down again though. I don't want to chant the behavior over and over to him. He knows it. I just gave him a few seconds to kind of think about it, and then he got himself into position. So I clicked, I fed him once he was in that spot. Me talking right now is just building that duration. Okay. Good boy, that went really far. Good job, sir. Down. Good job. He knows it. Just takes a second to think. And then we could work on, again, that getting steps away while he's in this position. Good boy. Very good boy. You could practice going in other directions as well. Good job, sir. Very nice. Oops. Okay. So again, remember, he broke the position. He saw me go in my treat pouch, and he thought that was his signal of, ooh, I can get up. So I cued him with that oops, gave it just a few seconds, and then I released him from his position. So caution with that, I would say. I wouldn't reach into the treat pouch until you've clicked. That way you can mark the behavior, then get your cookie, and then feed him in position. For that specific episode, I was reaching in the treat pouch to release him. So to kind of troubleshoot that, we could say okay first and then get the cookie. Okay. Good boy. One more time. Down. Very good boy, sir. He's so smart. Good. So as you continue practicing his sit, stay, and down stay, I would continue building how far you guys are getting away. So potentially setting it up for like a door situation where Ned is in this nice down stay, you get to your front door, you click, you come back and feed him, and act as if we're about to greet a guest coming into the house. That way the expectation can be that when company comes, you stay in this nice down stay until I let the company in. Future big goals that we'll have with that, but this is what this will work up to. I did it. See, I did it. It's a bad habit we got to get out of. So I'll just give that a few seconds. Okay. Good boy. All right, sir. What do we want to do next? What do we want to do next? All right, let's see where our camera's facing to be for this one. Okay. Not yet, sir. We're not doing the crate yet. So the newest thing that we worked on this week is going to be leave-its. With our leave-its, I want to make sure that I have 2 pieces of food. One piece is going to be the leave-it cookie, and then the other piece is going to be the piece that I reward him with. I'm actually going to put that food up on the counter. So it's easy to grab, right? So when we're working on our leave-its, big reminder that this leave-it cookie, we never want to feed our dogs. So I usually equate this to something that dogs can't eat. So garlic, super toxic to dogs. Grapes are very toxic to dogs. Chocolate, you're never gonna drop a grape on the ground, ask him to leave it, and then let him eat the grape that could hurt him. So just keep that in mind when we're practicing this. So I'm gonna show Ned that I have that food. I want him nice and attached first, and then I'm gonna close my hand, leave it. Very good boy, and ask him to leave it. So the initial criteria for this one was immediately backing off. I clicked, I got a different piece of food, I fed him. We're now building our duration, so how long he can stay off this food. Leave it. Good boy. So maybe counting to 3, building up to 5 seconds from there. And then yesterday we started playing with an open hand leave it. Leave it. Very good boy. So with the open hand leave it, he did struggle a little yesterday, but look how good he just did. When you initially do this, I find that when I open my hand, the dogs kind of dive back in because they think that's your way of like, okay, I can have that food. So if he happens to dive back in, I would just close my hand super fast. Okay. That way he doesn't get that piece of food. And then wait him out. As soon as he backs off again, then you could try to open your hand again. Leave it. Good boy. You're so smart. You're such a smart little man. Leave it. He's looking at me with these sad, lovey eyes. Oh my gosh. Okay, very good boy. Good job, sir. Continuing to build on that skill, I would get off the table. I would continue building on his duration. So how long can he stay off of that leave it hand? Typically after we work through a leave it from our hand, we want to practice on things like surfaces. He's going to be a really big boy. So he needs to learn to leave things off of coffee tables, end tables, kitchen tables. So continue building this skill in the same sense where we do covered leave-its to start. He masters the cover leave-it, and then we try our open leave-its. All right, bubs. We are now going to work on our mat. Our mat for this week, we're really working hard on getting distance, and my goal is to get out of sight. Now you can't really see where I'm going to be walking, but I'm kind of walking down a hallway, probably going to be about 10 feet from him, and then I'm popping myself out of sight for a few seconds. The goal is we're going to build how long I can stay out of sight with him remaining on this mat. So to first do that, I'm just going to take a little step, come back and feed him. Go a little bit further, come back and feed him. And we'll keep building from there. Yeah, do you love this one? Get it. Go to your mat. Good boy. So he is getting to his mat, laying down right away. So I'll take those few steps. As long as he doesn't get up, I will come back, click and feed him. Good boy. And now I'll go a little bit further. I am walking away with my back turned, but I am glancing over my shoulder to make sure that he remains on his mat. And it is actually super convenient. Adele has a mirror over here that I can see him once I get further away. Very good boy. Good job. So that was 3 repetitions. I'm going to release him. Okay. Go to your mat. Really good boy. And we'll do that one again. Nice. So I got a little bit out of sight, not completely. Good boy. This time I will try to pop out of sight for like 3 seconds. Super job, buddy. Oh, why do you look so sad? Good boy. Okay. Go to your mat. Wow, good boy. Great job, sir. I do think I count the seconds in my head pretty fast, but I got till about 8 seconds before I came back around to see if he was still there. I'm so proud of you. You're such a good boy. Good job, sir. Okay. Go to your mat. Good. And outside of trying to practice that distance, that out of sight, I would continue practice just like general movements around him while he's on the mat. Good boy. So I think I mentioned it maybe week 1. I really like to use this one for when I'm like cooking in the kitchen or maybe doing my dishes. So if that's what you want to do with this, I would potentially practice those things. So maybe grab some things as like a little distraction. Good boy. Very good job, sir. Just gonna move some things around. Yeah. Such a good boy. Okay. bud. Yeah, we're done with our mat. All right, handsome man. Good boy. So moving forward with very similar, but with a crate. With our crate this week, same concept. I'm working on getting some distance and out of sight while he stays nice and settled in his crate. Move it just a little closer, bub. Watch the head. Get on. Good boy. So I'm clicking and I'm feeding once he's in there, and then I'm clicking and I'm feeding once the door is shut. Super dog, good boy. And then I'm just gonna take a few steps away to start. I haven't gone out of sight yet. I love that he laid down. He's not pawing at the crate. He's not crying. Good boy. So that repetition I did get out of sight. Good job, sir. Biggest thing with both the crate and the mat, when we return to him, I wouldn't be overly excited. Just try to stay pretty neutral. That way we don't get him amped up or excited upon our return. Good boy, buddy. Good, and then when I'm ready to let him out, I have been cueing him with a wait, wait. Okay, very good boy. Here, bub. Nice. Good job, buddy. Ready? Get on. Good boy. Watch your little paws. Very good job. We'll do that again one more time. Now notice with that repetition, he did whine a little. I'm not gonna return when he's whining. So if that happens, just give him a few seconds, but don't return to him as that behavior is taking place. And potentially with our crate games, we'll only do like 2 repetitions of this and then give him a break. Good boy. So again, like that, we're just gonna ignore it. I'm not gonna click, I'm not gonna come back and feed him. I'm also not going super far. I'm not getting out of sight right now. Good boy, buddy. I know this is hard, huh? Neither one of those made it in there. There you go. Wait. Okay. Good job, bud. There you go. So the crate, super important for safety reasons for the young puppies. When you guys are sleeping, he'll be in his crate. When you guys leave, he'll be in his crate. For naps, you might put him in his crate. There's so many reasons why we might use our crates. I would definitely recommend feeding him his meals in his crate to start, especially because he'll be coming into a new space, a new environment. We want this to be a super safe space for him. So I would continue feeding some of his breakfast, some of his dinner in the crate, and continue playing these crate games. of kind of cueing him in and out of the kennel, clicking and feeding for 4 paws in. You can practice getting steps away. When you get him home, I wouldn't do the big walk far away, get out of sight right away. I would just go back to the beginning of getting him in the crate, close the door, click and feed. Maybe take 2 steps away, click, come back and feed. And keep those repetitions short and sweet. So maybe we'll do like 2 repetitions while he's in the crate, then release him. Do that 1 more time, and then you guys will be done with the crate games for that day. Bubba, what are you doing? All right, sir. You have 2 more things to cover. I know. So this week with our handling exercises, I brought my table so that this can act as like a grooming table or the table at the vet's office. So to work with this, I've been cueing it. What are you doing? Ready? Get it. Ned, table. Good. So I've named it table, and then once he gets 4 paws up, I'm clicking and feeding, and my goal for this is that he can stay in a stand. With our handling and restraint this week, we are adding duration, a little bit more intensive handling. Yes, good boy. Good job, buddy. So coming under the belly and a little gentle hand under the neck. Yes, good boy. Okay. And with that, he doesn't love it, but he's like a little wiggly because he's a wiggly puppy. So I wouldn't add too much intensity to it, like I wouldn't squeeze him too much. And truly, in my mind, when your dogs are going to the vet nowadays, they shouldn't have to do that big bear hug that I just practiced. I think the main goal would be maybe like a gentle hand on the collar and a gentle hand under the belly. And look, he handles that so much better than me trying to wrap my hand around his neck. But someone might try to hold him like that, so it is important to practice that type of restraint. Here, bub, table. Good job. I continued practicing the various body handling. So remember lifting that tail. Yes, good boy. He's doing much better with lifting his legs. Yes, and doing what they call a 3-legged stand. A few weeks ago, he was so wobbly. Yes, little puppy muscles weren't fully developed. Get it? So he struggled with kind of lifting up those back paws, but he's doing much better, much steadier when we do that. Okay, table. Good boy. Practicing handling of the front paws, I'm having him positioned in front of me, and then he's attached to food. As I lift those paws and kind of examine the nails, push back the fur. Yes, good boy. Now his nails are very short. He's already had these trimmed. His paws are huge. Yes, good boy. Okay. Table. Good. We're continuing to practice handling those ears. So getting up in the ears, giving some massage. He's a good boy. Yes, good job. We're gonna look in his mouth. So lifting up the lip and pushing back. Yes, good boy. That way I can get a nice view at the back of the mouth. We'll do the same thing on the other side of the face. Yes, good boy. So lift, push back. Yes, good boy. Okay, nice. Good job, bub. We're still practicing our grooming tools. So with our brush, oh my gosh, don't fall off. He's attached to food, and I'm just giving him more swipes than we did in weeks prior. So kind of getting through more brushing before I feed him. Yes, good boy. Continue practicing up at that head. With it with the paw, sir. Yes, good boy. And you can practice like going down his legs. Good boy. Yes, good job. Okay, This week with the Dremel, we're still practicing introducing the sound to him, but I'm also practicing approaching him with the tool while it's on. I have it on at a low setting so it's not as loud and intense, and I'm not directly touching him. I'm just coming near him. Yes, good boy. It's okay. Yes, good boy. Yeah, he can check it out. That's totally fine. Yes. But then he re-engages with the food right away, which is what we want to see. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. Yes, good boy. Yes, good job, sir. Every time you're gonna be that nosy dog. Yes, good boy. Okay, very nice, bud. So again, continue practicing your handling exercises. I love every day if possible. Just incorporate a little bit into his meals. So breakfast and dinner, reserve some of that kibble for training, and make that a daily routine of working on body handling. Hi, Shadow. All right. Final thing I want to work on today is going to be his leash skills. So most of this week and last week we did get to go outside to work on these things. He's doing great with that. We were working right in the driveway. It's a pretty quiet street that Adele lives on, so there wasn't too much traffic going on out there, but just the noises of the outside world, hearing the different birds and squirrels. It is a good distraction to practice these skills outside as well. For you guys, when you first get him home, you're gonna practice these things inside, so master the skill inside first. And then once you feel comfortable, you feel good about what you're working on, I then would encourage you guys to try to practice out in the driveway. Hi, good boy. So getting Ned attached to his leash first. Very good boy. All right, sir. So food, we've practiced kind of getting in that formal heel position. So him sitting next to me on one side or the other. Good boy. Build that duration for him staying next to you. And then we're gonna start adding some movement. So I might encourage him to go forward with saying, let's go. Good boy. Once we take a few steps, I'll click and feed him. Good. Very good boy. I just did like a quick circle right there, so that I was practicing him walking and staying nice and next to me, and then the other thing you saw was what we call a U-turn. So him turning with me as I turned in the opposite direction. No jumping, sir. That's very rude. Let's go. So U-turn, click and feed him. U-turn again, click and feed him. Very good. And then I'm also working on when I stop moving, you stop moving, and you're gonna sit down next to me. And then he'll sit and wait, so I'll feed him duration. Okay. And then a release cookie to let him know he did it. Here, Bob, we're gonna move this so we can get a little bit more movement. Okay, good, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Very good, bud. And then another turn that we've kind of been informally working on is gonna be the other turn that we call a front cross turn. Good boy. So when I practice those turns together, I'm just gonna do some figure eights. Let's go. So front cross turn, I'm turning into him. Click and feed. I'll do my U-turn. Good boy. then we'll stop. He's sitting, click and feed, and then when I'm ready, let's go. Turn into him, click and feed, turn out. Good boy. And stop. Nice. Now I could feed for the duration. Very good boy. Okay. Ned. Good. Yeah. Get it. Good boy. Ned. Nice, buddy. So working on a little recall with a little collar pressure. So I toss that get it cookie, I call his name, and then I kind of give him a little tug on that leash, very gentle, to encourage him to follow where that leash is pulling from. That will kind of help you when you guys are in the real world and Ned might be trying to pull that way while you guys are on a walk. You'll give him a little pressure and he'll follow you in the direction you want to walk in. What a good boy, buddy, right? Yes. All right, guys, congratulations. He is a great dog. And that's it for his recap. You very good boy.